Hi friends, and welcome to another collection of photo walks. I have a collection of photo walks to share with you today, which is good because that's the criteria this video has to meet to exist. I ventured to a bike path area where people have constructed bridges over a highway so that cyclists can cross over the highway safely without actually having to dodge traffic like they did in the olden days. This is good. It's good to have this in society. I had a photo walk that was rather successful there. And then I made my way to a canyon, found some hikers. I learned what rerouting a trail means. That was exciting. And then I ventured back into a canyon another time for some road cyclists and had my collection of struggles and successes there. If you are wondering where these photos are ending up in the world and how I can view them in semi-high resolution on a phone screen, Instagram is where I tend to share my photos for the most part. You can find me at James the Red. And so, you know what this means. Enjoy the video. Hi everyone, I'm on a rather popular highway side path for cyclists and runners. It appears to be hopping today, but that could change at any moment. So we should take advantage of whatever we can get. This pedestrian bridge is one of my favorite spots about this area. Wow. They have these fences here to keep rocks from falling on people, I assume. At the moment, I have decided to switch over to 2.8 so that we can have a shallower depth of field. We'll see how that plays out for us today. We also have a high frame rate in order to capture action more effectively, because I don't want to miss a thing. What an appropriate moment for that terrible song. I wonder if I should hop up on the barrier here. How does this feel? It's kind of interesting, maybe. Do I like this? That's what I'm looking at right now. I think you throw a couple people in there, it definitely gets dramatically more interesting. We'll give it a shot. Going portrait might be an interesting decision. That kind of gets a bit more interesting. There's a leaf that keeps flopping down, which doesn't make me happy. Well, the light's a little funny. The first thing I notice. More shadowy than I anticipated. It's a rather overcast day, so that tends to help out with that. But he was pretty dark. Not that I mind dark people. I kind of just have to hope for the best with that branch. Like, hope it flies up as I'm taking a photo. I know what a lot of you guys are thinking. James, just go into Photoshop. Oh, cyclist. Oh, two of them. Guy's got the casual look going on. I like that. Gonna go this way. But yes, I know what you guys are thinking. Hey James, why don't you just go into Lightroom and remove it? And I got a question about this on one of my recent videos. This is a very interesting and thought-enticing question. Do you remove things from your photos in post? The answer is, for my personal photos, meaning I'm not taking them for a brand, some sort of product photo, I do not, because I like to preserve a sort of journalistic integrity with my work. If it was in the scene, I want to keep it in the photo. Of course, I will crop, but with cropping, that is removing a piece of the scene. That's different than removing something from the scene. I will also darken and lighten certain areas to emphasize certain points, according to the story I'm trying to tell with the photo. But I do not clone out things. The other day I managed to grab a photo at this spot that I was pretty happy with. The light is tremendously different today. Okay, that's interesting. Wow, this is actually really interesting. you know. Hi. Came back into one of the canyons to a popular hiking spot, and the parking lot was packed. And these people, they have a bunch of gear. They're going off somewhere. And it sparked my interest enough to wander back into the trails, see what I can find. What's all the gear for?
We're gonna be up here for 8 days doing a project.
Oh, okay, that's fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what are you guys learning on this project?
We're doing a trail reroute up on the Red Pine Trail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. How does that work? Trail reroute.
So there's some parts that are kind of eroding pretty bad, that are a little too steep, and so making a little.
Make it easier.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
well, that's right. Well, you guys have fun. Trail reroute. How's it going, man?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. I like to hear.
Thank you.
Mad respect for you guys carrying all that gear.
Got a lot of work to do.
I like it.
What are you taking pictures of today?
Just adventurous people and the area. I was taking photos of cyclists earlier, but I decided I'd come up one of these paths. So they told me you guys are gonna be up here for 8 days?
Yep.
So you guys are gonna be camping?
About half of us will.
Oh, okay.
So we're 2 separate crews. The Utah Conservation Corps, who's camping, and I work with the U.S. Forest Service. Ideally, we'll put in a trail that has a nice, like, gentle grade, and it'll be like what they call side hilling. So it'll be going along, like, across the slope instead of up it.
Yeah.
And that'll allow water to run downhill across the trail and then off the other side of the trail really quickly.
Ah.
And it won't run down the trail.
Wow, that's interesting. I've never really thought about setting up a trail in a way that helps it not erode. That's interesting.
It's very important.
Well, I enjoyed chatting with those guys. There's one guy I spoke with for a while. He had very interesting hair and lots of interesting tools attached to his body and in his hands. They were saying that they are out here to reroute a trail. I learned that steeper trails tend to erode faster. Very interesting insight. Anyway, it was a nice conversation. I've learned that hikes are so much better when you have somebody to talk to, because you forget about the fact that your legs are moving, you're going uphill, you're out of breath. I'm getting some cardio in. Might as well work out my arms as well. There will be a day when I climb the highest peak and achieve a great accomplishment for mankind. But I don't think this is the way to the top of Mount Everest, so I'm going back down. The bodies of dead climbers on Everest are serving as guideposts. Never mind. I then ventured into that same canyon on another day with the primary intention of capturing road cyclists. I found a new spot, which I'm very excited about. I was not able to capture a cyclist there, even though I waited patiently, but I did capture a Jeep, which I'll have to do for now. But I'll have to come back to that spot in another photo walk, so cliffhanger. Anyway, moving on. It's a beautiful Monday morning. There's a cyclist coming towards me. I'm gonna see if I can capture him. I'd love to get these rocks in the background. I don't know if my lens is gonna be able to swing it though. Ah, yes, the face of willpower. I decided I would go tight. Here, I'll show you about how wide I can go with the same sort of angle I had. There's that, and then there's that. I figured it'd be very tricky to work the rocks in a way that was interesting, so I thought, let me go for the expression on his face. I'm trying to capture people pushing themselves. I'm trying to lean more into that and make my photos feel more meaningful. I was having a bit of a thought fest last night about this, and I want to lean more into a narrative and emphasize that in the way that I shoot my photos. So I'm gonna try to capture a bit of that today. I think I just did. That was a good facial expression from him going uphill. There's another cyclist coming. I'm gonna push up a little bit so that I can get this sign out of the shot and see if I can shoot from behind and get these cliffs. Hopefully I'll be able to create enough contrast between the cyclists and these trees. Zoom in tighter. Cool. Ski bus. The other day I was in this canyon with my wife and we were at a higher vantage point. And there are trees that run down the bottom of the cliffs here. Beautiful trees. And I took a photo of said trees from said vantage point, and it turned out to be way more interesting than I expected. So it's always good to experiment, even if you don't think it's going to be interesting. Another cyclist. This could be good. Stupid car. Moved up the canyon just a hair. There's a cyclist coming. It's the same cyclist I photographed a second ago. I just passed her again. When there's not a lot of cyclists in the canyon, that's a good technique. So I'm gonna wait here. I like this view of the valley. By the way, I just realized my last few clips were recorded in 4K, so I hope you enjoyed the crisp nature for only a moment until I switch it back to 1080p so that my computer doesn't explode while I edit the video clips. Oh, there's one coming down. We have a cyclist. I don't know how this is gonna work. You know, kind of too far away, perhaps. Where's that other cyclist? I hope she didn't fall off the road. I think she fell off the road. Made my way up to the top of the canyon. This is Snowbird Ski Resort. Not ski ready. I'm gonna get a nice landscape shot really quick. Powder Bird. Hi, how are you? Good, I'm just taking some photos. Very cool. They land helicopters here. She said, oh gosh, help yourself. And grill things, apparently. So I got a cyclist coming up towards me in this beautiful vista of a location. I like this squiggly road that's also uphill, so I want to accentuate the uphillness and the squiggliness with the cyclist. If I could get a little bit higher, that'd be really nice. But I can't fly. Not yet. But that's okay, I can compress. I might actually not compress because the top of that mountain is quite interesting. I don't want to be able to get it in there. Too fast. Ah, cars, man. Freaking cars. That didn't go quite as planned. I tried to make it tight at the last second to salvage the scene. Didn't really work out. Bee! Bee! One time I got a wasp stuck in my hair when it was long. It was one of the more terrifying experiences of my life. Come on, Bessie. Okay, I found a fantastic angle for a cyclist coming down the canyon. And this is where I got the Jeep shot. And the shot turned out really fantastic. I wanted to put a cyclist there. I wanted to drag the shutter and create some motion blur. I waited there for a while, patiently, but I had to call it. So, that shot will have to wait for another day. I will return to this spot. I'm gonna go get some lunch now. Hey, that is it for this one. If you enjoyed it, please consider pressing the like button. If you're wondering where you can find other content involving me, as I can imagine it's a common wonderance of mine for most people in the world, the Reds channel me and my wife share. We have been documenting our process of buying a new car that we will be planning to sleep in on our travels. So that's fun. You can find that below. Once again, Instagram, you can find me there at James the Red. Links below. And what else was I supposed to say? Oh, if you have any thoughts or questions about my process throughout this video, or general questions, please feel free to ask them. I would be happy to engage with you. I hope you have a lovely day. Goodbye.